right. Hello, everybody. What is good? What is good? We apologize for our lateness, but we're here. We're back with another episode of Have a Little Talk. Sorry, I forgot to grab my iPad. So let me tell y'all what happened while I'm pulling my iPad out. We were actually supposed to be in a different room that I booked a week in advance, but come to find out someone else is in there. But you know, they're like corporate people affiliated with the place we're at, so you know, they can have it. They got it. Cool, they got it. So, today, as you can see in the title, we are talking about red flags. This is part 2. So, actually, wait. The last episode was before Christmas and New Year's in LA, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so while we get set up and everything, let's talk about the holiday season. Hopefully y'all's was good. Mine was interesting. Christmas I had to work, and not only did I have to work, I got stuck at work because my relief didn't show up. And I ended up doing a double. Yeah, so I ended up doing a double. And yeah, so I didn't get to spend Christmas with my loved ones. Unfortunately, I was stuck at work. But I hope you all's holiday was better than mine. So yeah, current events. Oh, well, we all know about the whole what is his last name? The young man from the Bills, DeMar. We're definitely sending prayers and good vibes his way to him and his family. Last we heard, he is improving. His health is improving, so we're glad, very, very glad about that. Oh shoot, I need to get my list out. That's why. Okay. I am discombobulated. I'm used to being able to start on time. Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Hamlin,
yeah. Sorry, DeMar Hamlin, yes. We're definitely sending love and light to him and his family.
Say come on, love and light.
Oh my gosh. So, yeah, we are talking about red flags. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. So last week I shared everyone else's list and their submissions. This week we are sharing mine. Now, Mike has not seen this list. He knows nothing about this list, so and I'm interested to see how he's gonna react to my red flags. So I have some for like many different settings. Romantic relationships, business, church, and then like general. So yeah, let's get into it. So first, a red flag for me is, like, in general, for like anyone, is being rude to anyone in customer service, which like waiters, cashiers, baristas, housekeeping, people like that. What?
Oh.
What? That is what?
Oh, okay.
What?
Nothing.
What was I rude to somebody?
No.
Why'd you react like that?
Nothing.
Okay, I guess. Alright, another one no, I thought you was about to say something. Another one is racism or prejudice for obvious reasons. It's just simply not right to hate someone else because of who the color of their skin or their culture or anything like that, their religion or anything. It's just simply not right. It's not okay. Colorism, which is another I see it as a form of racism. Yeah, and like colorism is more so within the same culture, like hating someone because they're lighter than you or they're darker than you or something like that. something along those lines. And also shade disguised as a joke. If you're a hater, just say that. If you're jealous, just say that. But the shady little jokes, like, that's not cute. And it's gonna get you punched in your mouth. At least with me. Like, I have no more toleration for it. I was gonna say little, but it's not there anymore. I have no tolerance for it. So yeah. At any point you can add your thoughts, or, because we definitely want to hear from you. I know the people want to hear from you. So now, moving on to church. A red flag to me is what?
Got it.
Oh, you was looking for the page?
Yeah. But I'm following you. So
Yeah.
I understand.
Okay. So, a red flag in church for me is prophecy with no biblical context. So I feel like as far as that, I mean, it's for those who go to church, who are like in church. I mean, you already know, like, God's word always kind of refers back to the Bible and back to the scriptures. So if you're just like babbling on,
Save it.
Yeah, save it. Like, and it's simple. If God didn't say it, then you shouldn't say it. Just point blank, period. it's simple as that. While we're on that, my next red flag in church is only prophesying prosperity, houses, cars, new jobs, things like okay, like if that's the word God gave to you to give to the house, fine. But he's not always going to say that. Sometimes he's going to give you correction. Sometimes he wants to correct. Sometimes he wants to instruct. Sometimes he wants to, yes, it's especially that. Like, in the Bible days, a lot of prophecies were warnings. In a nutshell, like, y'all need to get right or y'all gonna get taken out. I mean, it's not like they didn't even have houses and cars back then. Well, barely. So they weren't doing on it. Like, just, if you're a prophet, just say what he says and have a prayer life so that you can know what he says. I was gonna see if you had anything to add. No. All right. Another red flag for me is shouting all night without even a moment of worship. What are y'all doing? Praising God is fine. It's fine. I cut my step every now and then too.
I got it.
Whatever.
Or she cuts it.
Let it go. Please. 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 But, and I'm not against shouting. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against it. However, if that's all y'all are doing,
right,
red flag.
What preceded that moment?
Exactly.
And I am a word baby. I love the Bible and I know it, and I know you're supposed to enter into his gates with thanksgiving, and we don't necessarily need to be pumped or all of those things.
Hope you're proud.
However, what preceded? What word was given?
Yeah.
That preceded that moment of praise.
Yeah. Why are you dancing? And why are you dancing so much? Like, I get. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry. It's just a lot. Like, it's just a lot. The musicians is tired. They're tired. I'm not a musician, but I know a lot of them, so I'm gonna speak for them. They're tired.
They're tired.
They're tired.
Your bank account is worn.
And so are your shoes.
Your bank account is worn because you're robbing Peter to pay Paul to make up the difference for this service that you had, You shut it all night long with 3 people in the whole service. You
Like,
have a 10-piece band for 3 people.
make it make sense. Make it make sense. And the musicians gonna get their money, period. Regardless of how many people came to the service. Like, and again, not against shouting. I like to cut my stuff every now and then. But, you know, I just feel like there should be, I feel like praise and worship should be involved. I feel like they go together.
There actually one, but we don't have time for that on this podcast.
Maybe that'll be another episode. We'll get into it.
Praise is a form of worship, but you know.
Yeah. We'll get into that. We're gonna stick a pin in that, but we'll come back to that.
You know.
Yeah. Another red flag is asking for money in exchange for a word or prophecy. That is what is the word for it? What is the word for it? At that point, you're basically just a medium or a psychic, because they charge for what they do. But like when you're in ministry, we already know what our reward is, and it's, I mean, it could be money, but like we shouldn't be charging people. Like we're ministering on behalf of God. So like we shouldn't be charging people for what God gave to us for free. So yeah. Anything to add?
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay.
And you know, and there's a difference between, you know, what is called you know, there's a difference between what you're already getting on behalf of the people, and you know, asking for money. You know, in order for me to talk to you, you have to give me X amount of dollars up
Yeah,
front.
like
No, we're not doing that. However, if you want to plant a seed or give to me based on what I said to you or whatever,
yes,
that's your choice.
yes,
But I am not coming to you saying, if I tell you XYZ, then you have to give me X amount of dollars back.
yeah. Like that's weird. Like that's so weird.
That's witchcraft.
It is. That's what it is. Witchcraft.
And we don't do that over here.
Nope, not over here. Lastly, for church, a red flag for me is emoting in the pulpit.
Please don't do that.
Please don't. We want to hear the word, not your opinion.
Or your emotions.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I'm sorry that you went through whatever you went through. However, when you're in the pulpit, like say what God says. What did God give you for the house? What did God give you for that church? What did God give you to say to that congregation? Say that. Like, and honestly, like, if you're having issues at home, at work, or anywhere else, like, or in your personal life, get a therapist. Talk to them about it. They are literally there for that very thing. For you and your issues, get you a therapist, or at least a best friend who is willing and has the capacity to listen. Because some people don't have the capacity to listen, but that's another topic for another day. Excuse me. Do you have any red flags as far as church?
I do. Everybody in your congregation cannot have a title.
I knew you was gonna say that. Not everybody. Not everybody.
Not everyone in your church can be a leader. No, let me rephrase that. Should be a leader at the same time.
Yeah, not at the same time.
Laity has to be somewhere. Laity needs to be some. There should be laity somewhere.
Yeah.
You can't have 10 members in your congregation and all 10 of you are ministers, elders, evangelists. Like,
everybody got a collar.
No, not all 10 of you.
So y'all just minister to each other, like.
No, we're not doing that.
No. Do you have any others?
I do.
Okay.
Sorry, I wasn't asked to be.
No, I'm just asking. Like,
no, I'm talking to the people.
I know.
There are more. Here's one. Being too friendly with your pastors, being too friendly with their members.
Yeah.
That I have I have a big problem with that. It creates division among the body.
Mm. They could also possibly like lose respect for you as their pastor.
Yep.
Because they're so common.
Because you become so common to your flock.
Mm-hmm.
And vice versa, allowing your sheep to be common with you.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, we're not doing that.
You gotta be careful because everybody doesn't have your best interest at heart, and you as a shepherd, like you gotta be careful who's close to you. You gotta be careful because there are definitely there's people out there attracted to the title, attracted to like the glitzy part of pastoring and stuff like that, and some of them have no idea, and some of them can't handle your humanity. You need people around. I mean, we all do, but as a pastor, as a shepherd, you're responsible for people's souls, but you are still a human yourself. So you need people around you who will see your humanity and still cover you and still respect you.
Facts.
That's what you need. And and this is more so for the newer pastors, like the young preachers, things like that. But those who are true to this, y'all already know. But you gotta be careful. Have to. Because God forbid, because some pastors and preachers have fallen, and because they didn't have the right people around them, they got exposed instead of covered, and they were the talk of the town. You don't want that for you. Like, we're not.
I don't want that for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not a good situation.
Leaders having picks, having favorites. Red flag.
Yeah.
If you're a leader, you have to cover all your sheep.
Yeah. Not just the ones you like.
Yeah, because there are gonna be days that something God forbid something happens to one of the individuals in your congregation that gives you a little bit more pushback than somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
You have to still show up for that 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 member like you would the ones who go hard for you.
The same way.
The same way. Like the same way.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, because there are gonna be people in your congregation that you love hard, like you go tough for, and then there are gonna be those in your congregation who, need a little extra love.
Yes.
A little bit more patience.
You gotta look past a few things. Yeah.
So you need to handle them the same way.
Yeah. You should actually, I feel as though with those people, you should try to show them a little more love.
Right.
A little
bit more grace, a little bit more love. Cheer for them just a little bit more.
Yeah. I feel
call their name out just a little bit more.
Yeah, because I feel like they need it. Most times they do. They're the ones who need the compassion, the grace, the mercy, the prayer, the love. They're the ones who need it.
Yeah.
I've seen it and I've been it. So, yeah. Anything else for church red flags before we move forward? I had some other ones, but I realized they weren't red flags. They were more so pet peeves. So I took them off. Yeah. You good, or if you think of any, you can always chime in.
I have one more. I have one more.
Go for it.
No, that's more so a pet peeve.
It's about okay.
Because every church is different, so
Yeah.
How one church raises their offering versus another church raising their offering, they're two separate things. So
oh boy,
we're gonna just
oh god,
leave that alone.
Yeah. All right. Well, next we're gonna talk about the workplace. Yeah. So you have a few, I can tell. So my first red flag for the workplace is if they say we're a family here, go and find somewhere else. Cause it's not it. It's not it. Like that's definitely a red flag. You don't think so?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
Because we definitely say that at my job.
Well, y'all are different. Like, y'all are actually nice people who, get along and everything. Everyone who says it doesn't mean it.
Which is true. Now that is true.
Yeah. As far as in my experience, when they've said it to me, that I've gotten on board and it is a freaking, I can't say what I really want to say, but it's a mess. It's a mess. It is definitely a poo show. That's what it is. It's a show full of poo.
Massage.
Huh?
Rose.
Oh. Another red flag in business. Oh, I have a testimony, y'all. I can see the screen.
My God.
I can see the words on the screen. The last time we had my phone this far away, I couldn't see it, but I got new frames and I got a new prescription so I can see new, and I'm so happy. So, back into it. In business, a high or rapid turnaround in employees, that's a red flag. Because why are people coming and going so much? There's a reason. And if you notice that, it's best that you don't stick around to find out why. Excuse me. I used to make that mistake of being seeing everybody else and coming and going so much and thinking I always thought that it wouldn't affect me, my experience is going to be different. It never was. It never was. All these people, you see all these people coming and going, and people who have been there for a long time, my last job at the museum was wild. As soon as I started, Like the first person who interviewed me, as soon as I started, they quit. I was like, what? Like, I didn't even get to meet them in person because my interview was virtual. So, like, I show up and literally my first day, they're like, oh yeah, so and so is no longer with us, and I'm like, I know you lying. Then a few weeks later, another manager quits, and then further down in the season, it's just like staff member after staff member dropping like flies, quitting. And come to find out, it was they quit for the same reason that I quit, because of one person who doesn't even deserve to be mentioned, but you know, you know how I feel about her. Them, sorry. I'm not gonna say how I feel about them right now. I probably will on another episode, but not right now. My last red flag for business is desperate hiring. And by that I mean like when you like people who want you to start like that same day or like the next day or something, like they basically want you to start right away. It's like, why the rush? Why the desperation? It's normally there's normally a process to onboarding. There should be a process to onboarding, and that's in any field. There should be, you know, the interview. There should be, you know, if you need a background check, that should be done. You know, there's normally things you have to do before starting. You know, there should be training. You know, you should never be just thrown into a job.
You know.
Yeah.
Rose said on spot hiring. Like I agree with.
Yes, that's what I meant. On the spot hiring. Yeah.
I mean, I get that. Like, I've been hired on the spot sometimes, but then I still went through a process.
That part.
To become a member of that, you know, an employee at that particular job.
Yeah.
Even where I work now, I was hired on the spot. But again, there's protocol and procedure.
Yes.
That you still, we you know, hey, we want you. When can you start? Like, you know, how soon can you? Like, those types of questions, they still come with a procedure. But if somebody tells you, like,
can you start today?
Can you start today?
No.
Or can you come back tomorrow and do X, Y, Z?
That's
why?
Yeah, for what?
Why?
Why?
Am I taking your job? Am I taking your job? Who am I replacing? Like, all those questions should start popping up in your head. Like,
yeah, like that's how it was like at Chick-fil-A. Like, it got to that point. Like, when I was working at Chick-fil-A years ago, like, they was hiring people and having them start the same day, and I'm like, they would have me like rushing to find them a uniform, and I'm like, I mean, luckily we had their size, but dang, like, come on, chill out.
No. Some of y'all not even qualified.
Exactly.
Not even qualified.
Not even, because
you have a background.
I'm saying.
You are a felon. No, I'm not putting you on the cash register.
No, you're not handling money. No, you will not work with the products.
You can mop this floor. You mop this floor.
Okay, go sweep something.
Wash these dishes. No. You can't even cook. I'm not putting you on the grill.
Oh goodness, yeah, no. So do you have any like red flags? Yeah, as far as business or the workplace business, yeah.
People who know everyone's business.
Oof. The gossip folk.
And not even the gossip folk, because there are some people who don't gossip that still know everyone's business. And it's like,
well, what if everyone is telling them their business? Because that's how that I normally end up being that person.
I get that. See, so if but here is the liner.
Mm-hmm.
When and gossip is when when people talk a lot about just talk, just
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Did you know such like I'm not talking about that. That's a red flag too, but like people who like use what they know about people.
Oh yeah, I don't do that.
Like to get other things.
Yeah, like almost like blackmail.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not cool.
No. So like people like people who know everybody's business. Yeah, that's kind of a red flag because
for sure.
Yeah. Another red flag is people who just feel the need to let you in on certain things.
Like what? Like what do you mean?
Saying things like that, just I thought, hey, you should know. What should I know? Like people who start conversations like that.
Oh yeah.
In the workplace.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way.
Yeah, those people are normally messy.
Did you know that someone?
Did I need to know?
No, I don't know.
Right.
I don't want to know.
That part, I was gonna say that. Most times I don't even want to know. Like it's because I don't care.
I'm here to do one job.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go home. Now, if we create bonds outside of this workspace, that's good and that's all well and good. But that is not the main objective.
Yeah, that's definitely not the goal.
No, I don't. Like just sharing information about that's a red flag.
Yeah. Because like me personally, I don't even talk like that. Like with the job I have now, like I work independently, but when I was working on a team, like I wasn't much of a talker, and I'm still not. So like people who are, I'm not saying I don't want to talk to you, but please, but please. I'm not saying it, but I am.
That's what you're saying. That's what she's saying.
Like, you can talk to me, but we're not about to talk for a whole hour straight. Like, I don't have that much to say. I don't have that much to say to anybody. I don't even have that much to say to him. I don't like. We'll have a conversation, pause for a minute, and I'll come back. But yeah. But that's just me personally. I'm not a big talker. Like this on this platform here, this is probably the most y'all will hear me say. Or, whenever I start when that time comes for maybe I'll do some public speaking events, or maybe, whenever I preach or anything, yeah. But after that, these lips are zipped. Like I just don't have that much to say. So yeah. Lastly, is romantic relationships. These are some red flags that I thought of. One is jokes about hurting you. Playful banter is one thing, but but if I'm like, I should take a cast iron skillet and bust you upside your head, like, whoa, excuse me? That is oddly specific, for one. And two, why, like, where is it's your brokenness is showing. Okay? Your trauma is showing, your issues are showing. Like, seek help, seek therapy.
Yeah, and I'm leaving.
I'm not saying that I would never do that.
No. What I'm saying
okay,
is,
like, right.
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
You only got one time to joke with me like that.
Yeah, because that
out of nowhere.
Yeah, like it's weird.
The room was dead silent, and
Yeah, like oh, what?
No.
Like, what if I just punch you in your face right now? Excuse me? Try it if you want to.
911.
Yeah, try it if you want to.
302. You're getting a white jacket. Because what's happening?
Right. What is that about? Like, I was watching Red Table Talk, and it was an episode where Ashanti's little sister was talking about the domestic violence situation that she went through. There was a man she was with, like, he used to do that. He used to make jokes like, oh, I should do this, I should do that. And he, what?
BJ is on here.
Little fella.
Harry! Hey, Harry!
Thank y'all for joining us, by the way. Sorry, I know I'm just like going on and on, but thank y'all for joining us. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I was watching Red Table Talk, and Ashanti's little sister was talking about how the man she was with would make jokes like, and he was very abusive, very manipulative. Like, he literally knocked the teeth out of her mouth.
Oof.
Yeah, it was like they showed the picture of it, and it broke my heart. My heart broke for her. But and like he was making those jokes like when they were around her family and stuff too.
And they wouldn't go no. Listen, let me tell you something. Let me
Listen,
tell you.
I wouldn't even
something.
try. I would never even try that around your family, cause I go missing.
For sure.
I would go. Y'all would not.
Like,
you wouldn't see me again if I ever disappear. It's like his family loves me, but
first, not around my family.
yeah, like no.
First of all, my sisters alone.
God, they don't play.
My real ones or my play ones.
Yeah, I found out basically immediately they don't play about him. they were never mean to me or anything, but they were just like, oh, so who is this? So yeah, it would never fly. It would never fly here on any side. Yeah, like his people and my people. It would never.
Marvetta.
Marvetta alone, like just her alone. Yeah, it wouldn't fly. So the next red flag is intimidation tactics. So hitting, punching, throwing, damaging, destroying objects. If they do that, I learned that when people do that and react that way, like say like I got mad, like you made me mad and I punched the wall. When people do that, they're actually they're saying with their physical actions that that's what they want to do to you. But either they don't have the heart, or they don't really want to, or whatever. I actually went through that in a past relationship. They were always punching a wall, kicking something, throwing something, breaking stuff. Like, there was one time they actually punched a hole through the bathroom door. I had never seen it before, and I've never seen it since. And lo and behold, this same person over time ended up putting their hands on me. So it's a giant blaring red flag with bells on it, and you need to leave if you're with someone who does that, because they're showing you with their actions what they want to do to you, and eventually they will. Unfortunately, I don't mean to be a pessimist, but I gotta be real. Like, this is me being a realist. That just is what it is. Yeah. Another red flag is constantly pointing out your flaws. And a lot of, all of these red flags I dealt with in past relationships. So that's why I know that they're red flags. Pointing out your flaws constantly, like the same person would do the same thing. Like, that's their way of like kind of breaking you down, like breaking your character so that they can build it back up. Like, normally that's what they do. Of course, they're not going to come out and say that's what they're doing, but that's what they're doing when they're pointing out your flaws and what.
It just is. I don't. To build it back up.
Let me explain.
I mean, I know what that is. It's just it's baffling to me though.
Yeah, it's wild because like what they want to make you what they want you to be. Not, they don't want you to be who you are. They don't really want you to be who you are. So what they do is they kind of harp on those insecurities, those things you don't like about yourself. You know, they point them out. They make it a point of saying something about it. They break your confidence, but then they turn around and like they build your confidence back up by like, I don't know, complimenting you on other things or suggesting
that you do something to change.
Yes.
Part of you, or mainly not necessarily a part of you that you don't like, but a part of you that they don't like.
Yes, because that's really what it is. It's what they're trying to change you. They're trying to make you. They're trying to manipulate you into who they want you to be.
Just leave.
Yes, please. I mean, the first time it happens. Like,
why are you with me?
Right. If you didn't like these things, why are you here? Like, go somewhere then. Like, go find what it is that you want. All these people in the world, and you wanna try to change somebody. Like, please, collect yourself and leave, please. Sorry, I'm getting triggered, but I'll be fine. Next is another red flag is love bombing. Well, it can be a red flag. Love bombing is like immediately like lavishing someone with affection or attention, like just like, I mean, from the get-go, like they're telling you that they love you a few weeks into the relationship. Like, they just found out your last name and they're in love with you. How like, how do you love me and you don't know what my favorite color is? How do you love me and you don't even know that I'm allergic to mangoes? Like, come on. Like, you gotta get to know. And love at first sight can be a thing, but you still gotta get to know them. Like, it's possible to feel a connection, but you still don't know them. Like, take time. And, you know, some people use love bombing as another way to like manipulate and control people. Because unfortunately, you know, people who are like narcissistic or toxic, they look for people who are broken. They look for people who are looking to fill a void. They look for people who don't really know themselves.
They're predators. They're predators.
Yes, they are predators. They're literally predators. So they shoot their shot, and if it works, then immediately they're just like, it's like gifts and attention, affection, and like you should get those things. But if it's like immediate, or if it's like excessive, like when it's excessive, then it's like, okay, where is this coming from? And so some people are just really affectionate, so like it that's why I said it can be a red flag, because sometimes people are just like really what
I'm that person.
Oh, you're affectionate. Yeah. So like, if you notice it, it's best to say something, like, but don't go in there accusing them, you're love bombing me, you're trying to do this, that. Don't do that. Just like, hey, I noticed this, that, and the third. What is that about? Have a civilized conversation about it. Because I was listening to a podcast, and the host's best friend was in a relationship with somebody, well, is in a relationship with somebody, and in the beginning, the person they were with was like love bombing them. But they were just one of those people who was just really affectionate. Like, it wasn't, like, it was a red flag, so she said something to him, and they were able to work through that, and they ended up having a really good relationship. So yeah, love bombing it's not
nothing bad.
It's a flag. It's a red flag that could turn green, and it's not many of those out there. So yeah. My last one, well, I don't know if that's a red flag.
Overshare?
Yeah, it could.
It could be potential. Again, it could be.
Yeah.
That's one of those. What's a red? Like I said last week, there it's a twofold kind of thing. What could be that for one person could be agreeing for somebody else. Like, oh, tell me everything.
Yeah, some people want that, but like I said earlier, some people don't have the capacity for all of that. Not at once.
Not at once.
Like, and then you have some people. I don't know. Like, there's some people who are really private, or like, I feel like it depends on the level of comfortability between both parties.
Yeah.
Like, there's some people who I don't know what about me makes people want to tell me their life story, but a lot of people have. Like, I'm just sitting there listening, and next thing you know, I know everything that they've been through. I know their whole life. And I'm just like, we just met. But I mean, I'm more of a listener than a talker anyway, so it's not that much of an issue. I mean, it depends. It depends. But yeah, oversharing it's a possible red flag. But again, it's something you gotta, like, if you see it as a red flag, it's something you should kind of mention and say something about, like, where is this coming from? Like, why do you feel so comfortable sharing all this stuff with me? And we just met, like, we don't even know each other like that.
I think you said this is a romantic relationship.
Yes, romantic.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, in that case, well, it kind of all depends on what you're oversharing.
Yeah. It depends on what you're sharing.
Like, I don't need to know all the people. I won't say that. I don't need to know what you like to do in the bedroom.
Heated fellowship.
On the first day.
Yeah, no, that's...
The first date.
No, that's not cute. It's giving whore. And we don't want that. Like, no. What?
No. It's
that's what it's giving. Like, point blank period.
Yeah, that's what it's giving, and it's like, so yeah. I'm going to go somewhere else.
Okay, where the same people are.
You can stay here.
Because
why are you sharing that with me?
Yeah.
Right now.
That actually happened to me once, unfortunately. Some guy was like trying to shoot their shot and would not shut up. And next thing you know, he's telling me all the stuff he likes to do, and I'm just like, like, sir, I'm a freak. I like to do this. I don't care. First of all, why are you in my face? Like, please. But yeah, it's not cute.
I don't need to know that.
Yeah, no.
Save that for
much later. Like, get the yams first. Like, it's better if you show them. well, in my opinion, I think it's better to just show them, because most of the people who like brag like
can't do nothing.
Like, not you bragging about everything you can do when you only last for like and you only got 5 pumps in you. Please stop, don't play in people's face like that. Please don't, just don't. Like, or you talking about all the tricks you can do, but really you a pillow princess. Girl, please go ahead, be honest. Like, just go ahead. But yeah, and also like oversharing traumatic things, that's a red flag. There definitely needs to be a deeper level of comfortability to divulge those things or to talk about those things, because that stuff is heavy. And that's what I mean, like, when you want to make sure someone has the capacity to handle that stuff, because like the deep dark stuff about you is normally the heavier stuff, and we all want someone to talk to about it. Excuse me. But you know, we're all humans and we deal with everyday life, and you know, some people just don't have the capacity to carry their heavy stuff and yours, and that's okay. You need to find someone who does have the capacity for that. So yeah, are there any other like red flags that you can think of, like off the top of your head? Oh, I finished my drink.
In romantic relationships, when the opposite, when you have friends of the opposite sex that aren't interested in knowing your significant other. Yeah, especially like if they're close. Yeah, like if you said that y'all are close, then yeah, that's an issue. Because if they are your friend and they love you, then you know they would. I feel like they would want to know who it is that you love as well. Right. So, yeah. Agreed. Did you have any other red flags of any kind that you wanted to add, or? Because after this, we have a few announcements, podcast announcements. I was going to say church announcements, but we're not in church. I just thought of one. No, I can't think of any off the top of my head. Most of the things that I'm thinking about are not necessarily red flags, and more so pet peeves. Things that I personally cannot or do not like.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right. Well, that concludes our episode. But there's a few announcements. A few changes are have come to the podcast. Sorry, I'm so fidgety. The first being Have a Little Talk has its own Facebook page now, where that's where we're going to be going live from. That's where we're going to be sharing information. That's where you can interact with us, anything like that. It's not going to be on my, I'm going to, of course, share it on my personal page still. But if, like, definitely follow the Facebook page for the podcast, because as we grow and expand, I want you guys to be in the know. I don't want y'all to miss anything. You know, if y'all actually enjoy this podcast and would like to stay tuned and, you know, as we grow and develop, then you'll want to follow the Facebook page. It's have a little talk and everything. Yeah, you'll see our logo. And yeah, that's where you can find us, on our own Facebook page. Another exciting announcement. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Another exciting announcement is the day that we're going to be recording is changing. It's going from Thursday to Saturday afternoon. So next week we won't be back until Saturday afternoon. Again, go ahead and, you know, follow the page on Facebook. That's where we'll be sharing updates about everything. Lastly, I'm so excited about this part. I have a new co-host who's going to be joining Have a Little Talk. They're going to be joining the family. She is one of my very good friends. You know, me and her, we always hang out. Well, when we hang out, we have a great time, great conversation. She has been watching the podcast. She was interested, and she wanted to be a part. And our availabilities match up, so I was just like, yes, let's go, let's do it. She is my friend Tanasia. She'll be joining us on Saturday. It'll be her first episode with us. And I'm very excited, so excited for y'all to meet her and for y'all to interact with her. Mike will still be here.
Oh, praise him.
If you want to be, you know, y'all will still see Mike, but you'll see Tanasia as well. So I'm excited, so excited for y'all to meet her. So yeah, make sure you guys are following the page. Make sure you guys like, share, and tag the please like, share, and tag people in the episodes. I would love for the audience to continue to grow. Like, if you enjoy the podcast and you feel that other people will enjoy the podcast, then by all means, please like, share, and tag. Follow our Facebook page, send the link to other people, share the link. Yeah, so that's all we have for you today. I hope you all come back on Saturday. Thank you all for joining us. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we will see y'all next time.